What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Evolving Eric reaction, and welcome to the evolution. If it's your first time here, that's our reminder to grow, to change, so you know.
Keep evolving.
No matter what goes on in this existence. As you can see, we got this Coldplay X&Y pulled up. I did listen to the other Coldplay album. I cannot pronounce it, but it's the one that has Paradise on it. If you're a Coldplay fan, then I'm sure you know what that is. If you don't, if you're not like a big Coldplay fan, just look up Coldplay Paradise album. You'll see it. I just cannot pronounce it, so I'm not going to try to butcher it. But this one I can pronounce. So I need a little applause sound on my soundboard. I need a yeah. I still got to add one. I would definitely do that. But anyways, this album is X&Y. I got the annotations pulled up on genius.com. We'll listen to the songs, then we'll go through the annotations. I know some of y'all know that I say that a lot, but I have this routine just for new people that are coming in and seeing my video for the first time. So welcome if that's you. Anyways, this first song is called Square One. I hope to enjoy this. I think I'm gonna enjoy this. I enjoyed their first project I heard, so I think we'll be good here. But let's hear it. Oh, oops, sorry about that. Made a mistake. We'll run it back. Turn it up a little bit.
You're in control, is there anywhere you wanna go? You're in control, is there anything you wanna know? The future's for discovering, the space in which we're traveling.
Hey, I'm with it so far.
From the top of the first page to the end of the last day.
It's hard.
From the start in your own way, you just want somebody listening to what you say. It doesn't matter who you are.
It's tight. Hold on. Hey.
Under the surface trying to break through, deciphering the codes.
Hey. I see you. This is pretty nice.
I need a compass, draw me a map. I'm on the top, I can't get back. First line of the first page
Hey.
to the end of the last page. You were looking from the start in your own way. You just want somebody listening to what you say. It doesn't matter who you are.
Ooh.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah. Hard.
You just want somebody listening to what you say. You just want somebody listening to what you say. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are.
So ambient,
Is there anybody
right?
out there who is lost and hurt and lonely too? Are they bleeding all your colors into one?
Woo!
You come undone as if you'd been run through some catapult that fired you. You wonder if your chance will ever come, or if you're stuck in square one.
Damn. Sheesh. Hey. Great job. I have to explain. I know my subs know some of these things I say are like catchphrases now, but again, these are for the new people. That's why I say them. If you ever see me clapping after a song, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I do not celebrate after every song, in which you wouldn't know that unless you're not new here. But for the new people, I do not celebrate after every song. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's cool. Sometimes I'm like, no. Sometimes I will stop a song, and I hate to do that, but I will stop it if it's really unbearable. Pleasant. That was really nice. Guitar crazy. Nice drums. Nice energy. I wasn't sure what to expect because the last album I listened to, it was really like bright, melodic, like almost like outer worldly, like a different like melodic world. This one's tight. This one feels like more like the alternative rock stuff that I grew up listening to or like hearing or MTV, but at the same time it still has those little pretty parts, and like when the drums are taken out at the end, there's like these really pretty instrumentation, Chris Martin singing over it, really nice. And then I'm not sure exactly what he was getting at with the lyrics, because some of the lyrics could be interpreted a different way, but it sounded like he was talking about people feeling lonely or people feeling misheard. However, that's where the annotation will come in. But yeah, that's a great start. That was a great intro. I really like that. What's that intro called again? Square One. Yeah. I'll definitely come back to that one. Square One is the first track of Coldplay's third album. During the song, Chris talks about the challenges that we face during our lives and what we're searching throughout this course. Okay, word. Yeah. So maybe that's one thing that stood out, but maybe he's talking about a few things in life that, again, I would have to go through the lyrics a few times to understand it. But again, this is a reaction, not a review. But if you ever want to see me do reviews, just let me know in the YouTube comments, and hey, we can start doing that too. But I do have fun with these reactions. I know a lot of y'all do too. So thanks for being here. Let's go into this next song. This next song is called What If. That was cool though. I don't know what I thought, but hey, great start.
What if there was no light? Nothing wrong, nothing right. What if there was no time and no reason or rhyme? What if you should decide that you don't want me there by your side? That you don't want me there in your life? What if I got it wrong and no poem or song could put right what I got wrong, or make you feel I belong? What if you
Oh, hey,
should
amazing.
decide
Hey, welcome in, gang.
that you don't want me there by your side? That you don't want me there in your life? That's right. Let's take a breath, jump over the side.
That's dope.
That's right. How can you know if you don't even try? every step that you take could be your biggest mistake.
I'll tell you after the song's over.
Or it could break. But that's the risk that you take. What if you should decide that you don't want me there in your life? That you don't want me there by your side? That's right. Let's take a breath, jump over the side. That's right. How can you know it when you don't even try? That's right. That's right. Let's take a breath, jump over the side. That's right. You know that darkness always turns into light.
Man, that's what I'm noticing.
That's right.
She said, "Nah, I'm a Coldplay fan now." That's what I'm saying. They super talented. First two songs came out the gate swinging, very strong. First two. This one and the homie said what I was thinking too. I meant to say that on the last track because of how the chords was. He said it sounded like it was produced in a NASA spaceship. That's what I was gonna say on the first record. It was real spacey, and then the first half of the song too, with the chords and then the little synths in the background. I also like how the song built up, and then I really like that melody. Ooh, that's right. That's just tight. This just sounds good. It definitely sounds like a heartbreak song though, like either a longing or a heartbreak song, but excellent instrumentation and vocal performance. Chris Martin's so good at singing. That's what I even said on the first one. Also, to answer the homie question, he asked if I listened to a Coldplay album before or any of their other stuff. I knew Paradise before this, and then maybe one or two more of their other records, like their mainstream ones, and then I was like, let me listen to the album that has Paradise on it. So I listened to that. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I never say the name of it, but I listened to that album. So if you want to see it, the reaction is definitely on YouTube. I'm going to see what else you said, then we'll read this annotation. Coldplay going to make sure, you know, if you get cheating on at they show too. Only go to a Coldplay show if you want. Yo, is it too soon to talk about that? That's really funny. Let's read the annotation, then we'll go on to the next song. Track number 2 of the X&Y album. This song expresses the fear and distress of lovers' rejection. Right. Prominently beginning with a piano vocal duet. Yeah, that's what I like. That real like smooth stuff. Like real slow. That's like my stuff all day. Sets the mood of this piece as one of hopelessness, but a closer look at the lyrics reveals an encouraging underlying message of taking a risk and falling in love again in spite of your fears. I like that. Honestly. Dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Try again. Bonus points if you know what that is. But let's go on to the next song. This next song is called White Shadows. This is tight. I see why y'all wanted me to listen to this one. This one is the one so far. I like the other album too though, but this one got it. So hard. Drums is nasty.
If you ever feel like something's missing, things you never understand, little white shadows sparkle and glisten, part of a system, a plan. All this noise, I'm waking up.
Hey.
All this space, I'm taking up. All this sound is breaking up. Maybe you get what you wanted. Maybe you stumble upon it. Everything you ever wanted in a permanent state. Maybe you know when you see it. Maybe if you say it, you'll mean it. And when you find it, you keep it in a permanent state. A permanent state.
Damn.
When I was a young boy, I tried to listen. Don't you wanna feel like that? You're part of the human race, all of the stars in the outer space, part of a system, a plan. All this noise, I'm waking up. All this space, I'm taking up. I cannot hear you breaking Maybe you get what you wanted. Maybe you stumble upon it. Everything you ever wanted in a permanent state. Maybe you know when you see it. Maybe if you say it, you'll mean it. And when you find it, you keep it in a permanent state. A permanent state.
Hey. Nice chords. Ugh.
Swimming on a sea of faces, tired of the human race. It's all an answer now. It's what I need.
Yeah.
See it in the new sun rising. See it break on your horizon. Oh, come on, love, stay with me.
Holy. Yo, why is Coldplay going nuclear on this album? I was not expecting this. I thought I was gonna be like, oh, this is cool. You know, I like this one. This one's pretty. Nice writing. Cool. I'm like this. Y'all ever seen the meme with a guy looking at the headphones with the smoke coming out? That's me right now. This is crazy. That one was crazy. That's my favorite one so far. But definitely all these are like so spacey. But that one in particular, there was actual like lyrics that pertain to space. For example, you're part of the human race, all of the stars, the outer space, a part of the system, a plan. I really like that. This one seems like the more conscious record so far out of all the first couple that we heard. But I definitely want to see. Hopefully, there's more in the annotation. Oh well, it's not that long, but we'll see a little bit of what they're getting at on this. So let's get into this annotation. But this one, so good. I actually got goosebumps listening to that, and I really love that chord progression at the end. I'm like a sucker for a good chord progression because it just has a feeling. When you get a good chord progression in a song, it just creates this atmosphere, and they nailed it. The third track of X and Y, White Shadows, was given its name as a tribute to Bruce Paltrow, Chris Martin's R.I.P. deceased father, a Hollywood producer whose credits included The White Shadow, a 70s series about a white basketball player on an all-black team. Oh, word. Damn. Okay, I see. It's like a tribute song. No wonder it had like a lot of deeper lyrics in it. R.I.P. to his pops. That was a beautiful tribute. Let's go into this next song. This next song is called Fix You. That was crazy. We're reacting to Coldplay's album X&Y. Welcome in, though, T. We are recording for YouTube, too. You already know.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. Stuck in rivers, and the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it
Oh, welcome in, gang. Yes, sir. So far, I love this one. This one is crazy. We're about 4 songs in.
lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And high up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know just what you were. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Woo. Gorgeous. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to cry. Not literally, but I feel like it a little bit. I believe it. Wow.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Wow. How gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yo. Instant classic. Not gonna lie, when I was looking at the Genius annotations, I saw that this song had, I think, the most views on the annotation because you can see how many people clicked it. I think this one had like 1 million as versus the other ones that were in like the hundreds of thousands and stuff. So I was like, oh, people love this song. Well, let me see why. I understand. It's moving. It's beautiful. Like I'm always moved by music in different ways, but not often am I moved by music in a way that makes me like feel like teary or like emotional. And I felt that vibe coming from here, this record. But also I'm very empathetic. So whatever anyone's trying to get across in a song, I can always feel it. The same way like if someone's talking to me and they're expressing something, I can feel it. I just always was one of those people. That's why I have like, that's, well, not why, but that's also what helps with my music sensitivity. When I'm listening to these things, I can break down what's going on. It's because like I hear it, but I also could feel what's going on. And that's why I love music too. It just makes you think and feel a lot of different things. But that was beautiful though. I really like that song. It sounded like he was talking from a perspective of like messing up with someone, because he's like, I promise. He said, I promise you I'll learn from my mistakes. Tears stream down from your face, and like, you know, so something like that. But let's see what the annotation says. Fix You is the fourth track on the second single from the Coldplay's third album, X&Y. It was written by Chris Martin. Chris Martin is a really good writer. That's one thing that's standing out to me too. Aside, I already knew he was a great singer, but he's a super ill writer. For his then wife at the time, Gwyneth Paltrow, to comfort her after her father passed away. Oh, okay, that's actually what's going on here. Okay, but that makes sense too, though. The song has been covered numerous times, including notable renditions by Young at Heart chorus in award-winning '07 documentary, as well as pop icon Sam Smith and Korean septet BTS. Shout out BTS. Yo, shout out to the BTS people that subscribe for the BTS reactions. I did not forget about y'all. We will definitely do some more BTS. And maybe we could do some Sam Smith albums. I never listened to Sam Smith album ever, actually. I just know a couple songs. What's up, Retsy? Welcome in, gang. As you can tell, we recording for YouTube. We're listening to this Coldplay X&Y. But yeah, that was beautiful. Now I'm thinking about the lyrics from that perspective, the perspective of her father passing and then her crying about that. It's like, okay. But it does make me wonder why he was saying, I promise I'll learn from my mistakes. So let me click that annotation. It said his wife at the time lost her father when he wrote the song. Losing someone close can be devastating and cause us to reflect on all our missed opportunities in that relationship. Oh, okay. Maybe like mistakes made with the father or things that didn't get corrected. Okay. Yeah. Also, let me know in the YouTube comments. I know you guys have your own knowledge on these songs or own experience with these songs. So if there's anything that you know too that the annotations don't say, because I know the annotations aren't the end all be all, they just help us learn a little bit more. Please let me know, because I'm here to learn. That's why we started doing this. But anyways, let's go on to this next song. That was gorgeous. This next song is called Talk. I'm about to start looking up when is Coldplay coming to Los Angeles. The way this album's sounding. That's it.
Get through. I've been trying hard to reach you, 'cause I don't know what to do. Oh brother, I can't believe it's true. so scared about the future, and I wanna talk to you. Oh, I wanna talk to you. You can take a picture of something you see.
The question of all questions.
You could climb a ladder up to the sun, or write a song nobody had sung, or do something that's never been done. Are you lost or incomplete? Do you feel like a puzzle you can't find your missing piece? Tell me how you feel. Well, I feel like they're talking in a language I don't speak, and they're talking it to me. So you take a picture of something you see. In the future, where will I
The guitar is nice.
be? You could climb a ladder up to the sun, or write a song nobody had sung, or do something that's never been done. Do something that's never been done.
Hey. Okay, Sense. I'm with it.
So you don't know where you go.
That's really sick.
Wanna talk, and you feel like you go where you've been before. You tell anyone who listens that you feel ignored, and nothing's really making any sense at all. Let's talk.
Right? Same here.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah, they're super ill. Gotta give it to them. This album's the shit. Not gonna lie, mate. Nice little dropper ending. Wow, this is crazy. That song I really want to hear. Like, I was thinking about riding PCH, which if you don't know what that is, that's just like there's like a road by the beach in California, top down, just. Yeah, as you can see, people in my chat really like this album so far. So Coldplay, although you may or may not see this, you never know. YouTube, you never know. Y'all making my the evolution believers, me included. So this is Coldplay fans, I understand y'all. Let's read this annotation though, because I feel like there's a few things I could have said about it, but I actually just want to go into the annotation for this one because I'm not sure exactly. There's a few things that I could have interpreted it as. Talk is the third single from Coldplay's third album. One thing I will say though, it did seem like they're talking about hopes for the future or thoughts about the future, but I'm not sure besides that. It features lyrics about feeling insecure and how conversation could fix it, and a recurring melodic hook inspired by the synth motive prevalent in Kraftwerk's Computer Love. I don't know who Kraftwerk is. I don't know. Let me know if y'all know who that is, either in my stream or on YouTube. But have to check them out at some point. Commercially, it was a success, reaching #1 in Poland and the Netherlands, and the top 10 in Spain and UK and US. It hit top 10 of alternative and adult pop songs and topped the hot dance club songs. That's right. They was grooving to this joint. That's what I'm saying, bro. Let me play this on the beach. Damn. Nice record. We can go further into the lyrics, but I guess I can do that another time because we got to keep this thing going. Let's go into the next record, though. This next record is called X&Y. But again, y'all know y'all can help me in the comments, and I read all your comments. Y'all the goats.
Trying hard to speak and fighting with my weak hand, driven to distraction, so part of the plan. When something is
Appreciate you, gang.
broken and you try to fix it, trying to repair it any way you can. I dive in at the deep end, you become my best friend. I wanna love you, but I don't know if I can. I know something is broken and I'm trying to fix it, trying to repair it any way I can.
Nice refrain. Yeah, facts. Nice touch. Very sick ending. Yo, why I turned into one of those little snake in the bottles when the when the ending part came on. Excellent song. Yo, all these are really good songs. I have not heard any song that I'm like, this is whatever. This is turned off, bunk. Like every song has been very pleasant on my ears. This has been, yeah, I definitely like this album more than the other one. I get it. I see why y'all wanted me to listen to this one. Also, they're saying on my trigger words. They saying space. Once you say outer space, I'm with it. The people that know me know I got a love for stars and space. I'm always sitting under my star projector. I wear little star stickers. If you guys look at my profile picture, even on YouTube, I'm wearing some star stickers. So those are like my trigger words. Automatically love the project if that's the case. Also, the homie pointed out that the strings on this project is really nice. Yeah, that's one thing that stands out, especially at that ending point. It was just like a nice, epic little cinematic ending. Really like that one. The title track of X&Y. Oh yeah, of course. I didn't even realize it was the same title as the project. Of course. Title track X&Y describes Chris attempting but not always succeeding to comfort his wife after she lost her father. Real. The album itself is dedicated to her father, which would explain the title of the song. Okay, so this is all pretty much like a tribute. R.I.P. to her father. And then didn't Chris say he lost his father too? So R.I.P. to both of them. But let's go on to the next song. This next song is Speed of Sound. Yeah, we'll definitely check them out. I don't see why not. They're excellent. I'm definitely down to hear more. Whoa. It's called X&Y. Coldplay X&Y. You all good though, no worries. What's up?
Understand
When you see it, then you'll understand. They do say seeing is believing, right? Nice, another nice record. My favorite part, just songwriting wise, this part when he said ideas that you'll never find, all the inventors could never design, the buildings that you put up, Japan and China all lit up, a sign that I couldn't read, or a sign that I couldn't see, some things you have to believe, but others are puzzles puzzling me. We'll click on that annotation too and see what he actually means. But that kind of reminded me of one of my favorite songs, which y'all, I'm sure a lot of y'all know this, if not all of y'all, but it's called "The Sound of Silence," Simon and Garfunkel. The sound of silence. There's a part where they say people hearing without speaking, or no, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. I always like those type of ideas of like kind of like almost paradoxical feeling type of things, but yeah, that kind of reminds me of that. But anyways, proposed suggestion. The verse talks about how one's intention may not be easy to read, just like how inventions lose their meaning when they are beyond the original intentions of the creators. We sometimes put up fronts to mask our true intentions. The observer then tries to interpret what the mask, or in parentheses it says signs, mean beyond the explicit, and thus ends up being more puzzled as ever, still not able to understand what our actual intentions are. Stay spitting. I need some poetry snaps up in here. Now let's read this song annotation. The song was inspired by Martin's daughter, Apple, in English alternative rock singer Kate Bush. And then there's a quote from Chris Martin directly. They said that's a song where we were listening to a lot of Kate Bush last summer. And we wanted a song which had a lot of tom-toms in it. What's tom-tom? Hold on, let me look that up because I don't know what that is. We don't know what that is. Oh, okay, a medium-sized cynical drum used in jazz bands. Word. Okay, bet. I just learned something. That's cool. I just had my daughter up also and was kind of feeling in a sense of awe and wonderment. So the song is kind of a Kate Bush song about miracles. Very sick. That's even more simply put what they were trying to get at by the part that I read earlier, the little annotation. Very sick. You know, seeing is believing. Okay, let's go into this next record. This next record is called A Message. Hold on, let's see what he said. Have you heard any full albums by Simon and Garfunkel? I actually just wrote that down on my notes after I said that. I want to listen to the one that has Sound of Silence on it. So that way we could listen to that, read the annotation, but also the surrounding songs. And then we could do whatever other ones after that. Let me know in the comments if y'all want to see that. But now, next one. This next one's called A Message.
My song is love. Love to the loveless shore. And it goes up. You don't have to be alone. Your heavy heart is made of stone. And it's so hard to see clearly. You don't have to be on your own. You don't have to be on your own. And I'm not gonna take it back. And I'm not gonna say I don't mean that. You're the target that I'm aiming at. And I get that message home. My song is love.
This part is beautiful.
My song is love unknown. And I'm on fire for you. Clearly, you don't have to be alone. to get that message home.
You killed it.
My song is love unknown, and I've got to get that message home.
Bravo. The production is so good. And Chris Martin is such a good songwriter and singer. Everything's just so well executed. Now I have a question of if this song is about like an actual lover or if it's still like songs dedicated to her father. But I guess we'll see in the annotations. But I love that record too. A Message is okay. It is a love song. Okay, word. Message is a love song, and the 8th track of Coldplay's X&Y. Because sometimes I would think it's a love song, but then they're like, oh, this one's dedicated to his father or her father. So I was like, oh, okay. But this one actually is what it sounds like. So that's cool. The lyrics and melody were inspired by John Ireland's 1664 hymn. My song is Love Unknown, which is also Chris Martin's favorite hymn. Oh, wow. Might have to check out that hymn one time. Around the time that Coldplay was recording X&Y, Chris Martin's father-in-law passed away. Oh, his father-in-law passed away, not his father. So his wife's father is who we were talking about the whole time, not his father. In the song previous, or were they talking about his father in the song previous? I don't know. I guess I can go back to some of the annotations earlier and figure that out. But either way, R.I.P. A message have been written for his wife Gwyneth Paltrow, who reportedly and understandably went into a depression after her father's dream. Martin supposedly wrote "Fix You" as a way of cheering her up. Yeah, exactly. Okay, word. Let's go on to the next song though. This next song is called Love. Or Low, excuse me, not Love, Low. And also just wanted to add, yeah, it wasn't his father that passed in the song earlier. In White Shadow, it was talking about his wife's father. All right, let's continue. That was my mistake, but hey, still, R.I.P.
You see the world in black and white, no color or light. You think you'll never get it right, but you won't, you might. The sky could fall on me. The parting of the seas. But you mean more to me than any color I can see.
That one made me want to sing a little bit. I feel low. I mean, it did sound like a song about feeling low, but it could be more to that record. But I like that one too. That one's like, I would say like probably not my favorite out of the bunch, but still a really good record. And actually it's funny because this is the one song where there's not really an annotation except for some of the lyrics, so we could just check out some of the lyrics annotation. On the bridge, they said being born with a silver spoon is one in one's mouth means to have everything you want without having to put effort into work, usually but not always, being born into wealth and falling backwards into money. This line is referring to the desire to get everything you want without having to work for it. Word. And then their outro, because I feel low. Martin, well, yeah, simple as that. Martin feels low. This could mean a couple of things. One, that in the pecking order of things, he feels low. He thinks that he is less. All right, Undertaker, take a chill. He thinks that he is less dominant than other people. Two, it could be emotionally low, depressed, sad, and just generally not happy. Word. Honestly, reality of life. Let's go on to the next song though. That one's a chill one, but still, like, even on my songs that are not my favorite ones, it's still really nice. Let's go into this next one. This next one is the hardest part. Nope, not yet. I'll wait until you can catch it.
It was the strangest start. I could feel it go down. Bittersweet, I
chorus.
Silver lining cloud. Oh, and I wish that I could work it And the hardest part was letting go, not taking part. You really broke my heart. Oh, and I tried to sing, but I couldn't think of anything. And that was the hardest part. Oh. I could feel it go down. You left the sweetest taste in my mouth. The silver lining cloud. Oh, and oh, and I wonder what it's all about. I wonder what it's all about. Everything I know is wrong. Everything I do, it just comes undone. And everything is torn apart. Oh, and that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Yeah, that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part.
This part's nice. That ending got me. That was beautiful. Whatever that sound is, that's just fire. This one sounds like a definitely a heartbreak song. This album is like, I feel like way more heartbreaking than the other one I was listening to, but it's like so beautiful at the same time. But I mean, my most listened to, my favorite album of all time is the most heartbreaking album ever. It's called Frank Ocean Blonde. White Ferrari, Jesus Christ. So I love all that to say. I love those type of songs anyway, even though it's like kind of painful at the same time. Let's read this annotation though. The hardest part is about the ending of a long and loving relationship, the feelings that are left behind when the person is gone. The lyrics talk about the sorrowful and painful feelings and memories that remain when somebody you love leaves your life. Chris is confused and tries to work out what went wrong, similar to the scientist, it says in parentheses. And in the third verse, it collapses in a storm of sadness and self-loathing.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
Had to play all the sounds for him. But listen, man, it be like that. That's real life. I feel him. Let's go on to the next song. This next song is Swallowed in the Sea.
You cut me down a tree and brought it back to me, and that's what made me see where I was going wrong. You put me on a shelf and kept me for yourself. I miles long.
I hear something.
Well, that's where I belong, and you belong with me. And I could write it down or spread it all around, get lost and then get found, or swallowed in the sea. You put me on a line and hung me out to dry.
I like that intro.
Darling, that's when I decide to go see. You cut me down to size and opened up my eyes, made me realize what I could not see. And I could write a book, the one you'll say that shook the world, and then it took it back from me. And I could write it down or spread it all around, get lost and then get found, and you'll come back to me, not swallowed in the sea.
This one's tough.
And I could write a song 100 miles long. Well, that's where I belong, and you belong with me. The streets you're walking on, 1,000 houses long. Well, that's where I belong, and you belong with me. Oh, what good is it to live with nothing left to give? Forget but not forgive, not loving all you see. Are the streets you're walking on, 1,000 houses long? Well, that's where I belong, and you belong with me, not swallowed in the sea. You belong with me, not swallowed in the sea. Yeah, you belong with me, not swallowed in the sea.
Nice. Really pretty intro and outro on this one. And then I like how he's singing, and I don't know. The song sounds like it's for the real lovers out there. For the real lovers out there. There. Damn, I was really hoping this one had an annotation. Not even because I don't understand what's going on. I feel like you can understand that one. It's not too crazy. But I kind of just wish that I learned more of how they put this record together, because I actually enjoy that one a lot. But it's okay. Now you can let me know in the comments if y'all know anything else. But let's go on to the next one. We got 3 more songs left, and then that'll be the album reaction. This next one is Twisted Logic. There's no trash on here, though. I'll tell you that.
Sunlight opened up my eyes to see for the first time. It opened them up, and tonight rivers will run dry, not for the first time. Rivers will run. Hundreds of years in the future,
tight.
Fight for the wrong side. Say what you feel like. Say how you then drilled and invaded. If somebody made it,
I like this bass line.
someone will make
Doom, doom, doo, doo, doo.
it sit up. And you are not wrong to ask who does this belong to. It belongs to all of us. You go backwards, but then you go forwards again. You go backwards, but then you go forwards. You go backwards, but then you go forwards again. You go backwards, but then you go
Yeah, son. Epic synth outro. They're like the master of that. Maestro. Cut the synths. Very sick though. This one was like a conscious record. This one, they said hundreds of years in the future there could be computers looking for life on Earth. Don't fight for the wrong side. Say what you feel. Say how you feel. That also reminds me of Wally. Nobody's on Earth anymore. They're all in space. But anyways, and now they're looking for life. But anyways, also the yo go backwards and forwards again. I did click on the annotation because I was like, what are they talking about here? But they said, well, I can just read it to you guys so you can know what exactly. They said life is a cycle. Progress is undone by ignorance and complacency. After that, people recreate life only after realizing what they did wrong. Then they repeat mistakes of the past. Twisted Logic is the final listed track on X&Y. It's pretty slow burning until the final hook when it turns into an epic rock out. That's true. But actually, I like that, though, because that's just what my ear tends to gravitate towards, those little smooth parts of songs. But I still like build-ups, too. It makes it interesting. The song is a warning that if we're not careful with the planet, we will be sure to lose it and ourselves one day. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Wally. If you ain't ever seen Wally, just watch Wally. You'll know exactly why I said that. Let's go on to the next song, which is the second last song. This is Till Kingdom Come.
One, two. Still my heart and hold my tongue.
Feels a little folkish.
I feel my time has come. Let me in, unlock the door. I never felt this way before. And the wheels just keep on turning. The drummer begins to drum. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know which way I've come.
Yeah. I feel like something nice about to happen.
Hold my hand inside your hands. I need someone who understands. I need someone who hears. For you I've waited all these years. For you I'd wait till kingdom come.
Damn.
Until my day is done. And say you'll come and set me free. Just say you'll wait for me. In your tears and in your blood, in your fire and in your flood, I hear you laugh, I heard you sing. I wouldn't change a single thing. The wheels just keep on turning. The drummers begin to drum. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know what I'll become. For you I'd wait till kingdom come. Until my days are done. Say you'll come and set me free. Just say you'll wait for me. Just say you'll wait for me. Just say you'll wait for me.
Very nice. Cool. Just wanted to let it get his last little notes off. Get your bars off, song. Damn, he said, for you, I'll wait till kingdom come. Damn. Feeling shorty or what? Understatement. It probably was to his wife, so makes sense. But also, we're going to read this annotation and see what's there. Another thing I was going to say, I thought it was going to have like some kind of build up, but I also like that it didn't. Sometimes I like just like a more stripped down song, no drums. I don't think there's drums in it at all. I think it was just guitar and singing, which is really nice. I'm sure that's nice to hear live too. Just old stripped down song, guitar, singing over that joint. That's nice. The hidden track of X and Y, Till Kingdom Come, was originally written for Johnny Cash, but he passed away before he could record it. Word. That's why. Sounds like, I was gonna say that too. It sounded like more country or like folk or country inspired, and then there you go. But this explains why the song has a very country vibe to it. Bam. At its core, Till Kingdom Come is a ballad about death coming to claim a man at the end of his life. Fitting theme, given that Cash was close to passing away himself. When played at live performances, the band usually combined the song with Cash's Ring of Fire. That's tight. Ring of Fire is legendary. We could listen to a Johnny Cash album too, because I've never done that. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments. During a charity concert for War Child in 2016, Chris Martin said that the song is about love lasting forever, really. Beautiful. Let's hear this last song, and then I'll say my final thoughts. That'll be reaction. Thank you to those who are on the stream that are still here. Thank you to those who are on YouTube that made it through this reaction. This last song is "How You See the World." By the way, we are streaming on Twitch, so if you ever want to hang with us, all my ads are under here. Oh, and actually, I'm wrong. That was actually the last song, so never mind. The reason why I thought there was another one is I think there's another version where they have the song called "How You See the World," which we're not gonna do. We're actually just gonna do the original. I actually forgot that before I started. So that being said, excellent album listening experience. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was beautiful. I thought there was I think there was maybe like 2 songs where I was like, oh, these ones are just cool. But then the rest of the project, I was actually amazed. Like from the intro songs, like the first 3-4 songs, and then the last like few songs I really like. And then maybe there's like a couple in the middle of those. I was like, okay, this is nice, but not like my favorite thing. I think it was "Low" was one of them, and then a couple other ones after that. I was like, okay, cool. But then overall, as an entire project, not really nice listen. I definitely like this one more than I like the other Coldplay album that I listened to that I should not pronounce because I do not know how to do it. That. But X&Y, instant classic. I love it. I see why you guys like it. Let me know what y'all think of this album experience. Let me know any experiences that you had with the album growing up, listening to it, or whatever it is. If you've seen them live, let me know. Anything else you want me to react to, let me know in the comments, and I will as soon as possible. Other than that, I hope you have a good day or night. To my stream, I will still be on stream for a little bit, so this is not goodbye to y'all. This is goodbye to YouTube. Until the next time. Not goodbye. See you later. Hope you guys have a good one. And no matter what you do in this life, make sure that you
keep evolving.
Peace, y'all.